You don't touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you go. No.
What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl, EJ, and welcome back to the recap, y'all. Now, today, we're going to be talking about The Family Business, Season 4, Episode 7, Vengeance is Mine. Now, before we get into it, y'all, for all of those who wanted to know the name of the song that was played at Sasha's funeral, the name of that song is called Last Time, and it's by Lonnie Burrell, and it is currently now on all platforms, so you can get it on Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music. I think it's even on YouTube somewhere. So the song is officially available now. Once again, it's called Last Time by Lonnie Burrell. Now, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Okay, y'all, so this episode is going to start out with your girl, Chippy, and she is really concerned because LC has not come home. The twins have not checked in. Nobody has heard from them, and she's getting really concerned at this point, you know, as a wife, as she should be, you know, and you're going to see her tell Nevada, you know, what he needs to do. You're going to see her tell Junior what he needs to do to gather everybody up. And in this moment, you really get to see Chippy as the leader of this family. You know, we've always seen her on LC's side, you know what I'm saying? And LC has always been the one, you know, given the instruction and given the order, you know, the head of his family. But in his absence, you really get to see her kind of take control as she's telling everyone what she needs them to do while also still trying to keep a cool head and keep herself, you know, together because she has to be strong in order to find her husband. Okay, y'all, so your girl Nene is going to act all concerned, like, what can she do to help, yada, 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 and I'm just over here like, girl, like, I really need you to stop. Like, you really could win the Academy Award for the fakest person because this is not real. Because if you really cared about them, you would have told them about this whole situation. Like, you wouldn't be sitting in their house. You wouldn't be cooking food for them. You wouldn't be doing all of these things, you know, in their home and being sneaky and holding something that is so pertinent. This information is so important. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you do that and say that you actually care about them, that you love them? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I'm way over this character, Nene, at this point, y'all. Meanwhile, your boy Curtis is going to take your girl Nefertiti up on her offer, I see. You know what I'm saying? She handed him that condom, and I guess he said he came to talk, but I guess they end up doing a little more than talking. Now, we do find out a little bit of information about these two. We found out that they used to be a thing way back in the day, you know, and apparently she went away to finishing school, and he had to stay home because his mom was sick. Now, we are also going to learn the reason why him and Orlando seem to be having their little tiff. And I guess this also explains why Paris said what she said on the last episode. So apparently her and Orlando had a thing as well, but while she was with Curtis, and Orlando knew about it. So your boy Orlando was definitely foul for that one. Okay, y'all, so moving on to Ruby, Orlando, and their son. They're going to be on their way to UCLA to get their son this treatment. Now, y'all, I was really hoping that Orlando was not going to start falling back for this girl. Like, I just don't understand what Orlando sees in her after everything that she's done. Like, she tries to play this victim, in my opinion. I feel like she tries to play this victim like Orlando did something to her. But if we go back to the episodes, then you'll see that Orlando had that huge emergency with his family at the time. Like, it was, I forgot exactly what was going on, but it was something major that was happening. And so he didn't come right back. Like, he told her he was going to come back. And she ended up leaving instead. And next thing you know, she leaves. And the only thing I remember after that is that she's pregnant and she about to name her son after the man that he despises and the man who tried to kill his family. Like, I'm just like, why are we still in love with this girl at this point? Like, am I missing something? Did I miss something? Because I don't understand. And so I'm just over Orlando and his googly eyes for her, because I knew he was going to start this mess eventually. But I was just like hoping that that it would just be all about his son and not him trying to rekindle this thing with her, because she is not about this life. Like she can't live this criminal life with them. I'm just saying, she can't do it. So anyway, y'all, your girl Chippy and Junior are going to be looking for LC. Now, they are going to ping his phone to a location behind a church. They are trying to see if they can at least locate the vehicle. So they are going to locate the vehicle, and unfortunately, our twins, Carl and Carlos, are going to be in the car, and all I'm asking is why? Like, why did you have to kill the twins off? Like, this was so petty. Like, you did not have to kill the twins. We literally had just lost Sasha, you know, quote unquote, possibly. You know, the jury's still out on that. I know there's still a lot of people out there who don't seem to think that she is dead. However, did we really have to kill the twins? I mean, I know they don't say a lot, you know what I'm saying? But really? I mean, I just feel like it was unnecessary. However, they're going to find the twins, you know, in the car, and then they're going to definitely know that something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're going into high alert now, because if they're dead then and Elsie is missing, then yeah, something is not right. You know, meanwhile, London is going to be waiting on Harris to come pick up Mariah. Now, instead of Harris coming to pick up Mariah, he's going to send his daughter to pick her up. Now, what's interesting about this whole scene is that you can tell that London is still very much upset about everything that has transpired. Now, her and Harris are no longer together. And yes, Harris is a piece of crap, y'all. Like, Harris is the worst. I can't stand Harris. However, this young lady didn't do anything to anybody. She didn't ask to be born. She was born far before Harris and London ever got together. So it's not her fault. And for London to treat her the way that she treated her, I was just like, come on, London, now. Like, you just doing a little bit much right now. And even when London was on the phone and she's trying to call Harris, but I think Raven answers the phone, and I think her name is Raven, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she answers the phone and she calls the girl a thought. And I'm just like, why are you calling this girl a thought? Just because she says, I don't know what else to call, you know, somebody's whose mother is a whore. And I'm just like, London, come on now. It is time to really let this go. You got a co-parent and you just got to let it go. I mean, Harris just really ain't worth it at the end of the day. So I was just like, girl, come on. And Mariah is, you know, geeked out about having a big sister, and that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting to have a older sister, that means a lot to her, and she clearly loves her. So I just think London got to get it together, y'all. I'm sorry I went off on that longer than I wanted to, but it just has to be said. It's just London be doing too much sometimes as well. So anyway, y'all, we are going to notice that they're going to be taking pictures outside of Nefertiti's place. Like, you're going to see somebody taking photos, and I'm thinking that it's probably her husband trying to see what she up to, what she doing, because when Curtis came out the house with Rob and God, I can't think of his name. But anyway, with Rob and old boy, then they took pictures of them. And then when Nefertiti comes out and she's talking to her husband on the phone, you know, they're also taking pictures as well. So I think that he probably more than likely is having her followed, and he's trying to see what she's up to and what she's doing. So anyway, y'all, your girl Nene, I just hate when I have to talk about her, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, I really do hate talking about her. But anyway, your girl Nene has decided, you know, that she's gonna go see a lawyer about trying to get Larry out. And I'm just like, girl, come on, please. And then she's asking Curtis for information. And then, y'all, I'm just gonna, it has to be said. Like, it just has to be said. At this point in the game, at this point, Elsie is missing, right? He's missing, and yet Curtis still doesn't say anything. Now, there used to be a time when I thought Curtis was in on the whole situation, but then when we came into this season, it felt like he wasn't. Last season, it felt like he was, but this season, it felt like Curtis doesn't have anything to do with his daddy and everything that's going on. But at this point, why has Curtis not said anything? I don't care if my mama tell me not to say something. if I know that the right thing to do is to say something, and in this moment, we're talking about somebody is missing, LC is actually missing, then heck yeah, I'm going to say something now and be like, mama, look, I know you didn't want to say nothing, but now we have to say something. We got to get this information out here. And instead, he running around, because he's supposed to be, this great bounty hunter, but dude, you got information that you need to be given out. Like, I don't understand how this family is going to be able to be solid after this whole situation, because what's hidden in the dark will come to the light. It always does. You know what I'm saying? And with Curtis holding out on this information, Sonia holding out on this information, Nene is the one pulling the strings because she's the one being sneaky. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that's telling him not to say nothing. And, of course, I just say that Lauren is indifferent. Like, she's just there to help her mom. She's just there to help the situation out. And you can kind of tell that she doesn't really have anything to do with that part of the family. So I can't really say too much about her. But Curtis definitely has been a solid part of this family. And for him not to say anything, it just feels like a betrayal to me, y'all. I'm just saying, let me know what y'all think. So anyway, y'all, your girl Consuela is doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, Consuela has given Juan a list of, the girls that he can choose from. And apparently the only girls on the list are her. Just her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to get back into Juan's good graces. And I'm just like, Juan, don't do it. Like, Consuela is always on some mess. Like, she is always up to something. She is always doing a lot, y'all. And I'm just like, come on, Juan, do not do it. And Juan apparently was in love. And I love this whole scene where Senior Cruz is like... You know what I'm saying? He is making fun of him. He's like, Consuela done put that love dust on him, and he's right. I mean, Consuela really has this dude she got him in a chokehold for real. So I guess we shall see how this goes, because it feels like one gonna end up forgiving her at some point, and they probably gonna get back together. So it is what it is. Okay, y'all. So meanwhile, Antonio Dash has come to Vincent and it's like, look, I need your help for something. And he's like, look, I got to go, my son is about to have, this procedure done, and I need to go there. I need to be there with my family. And he's just like, no, you need to come and help me with this. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of put his foot down, letting him know, like, look, bruh, like, I'm the one who made it to where you can actually come out into the light and where you're not on the run no more. So you need to come and do what I need you to do. So he's going to talk to Ruby, and Ruby is really not trying to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ruby is just like, you're supposed to be his daddy. I hate when she say that. Do anybody else hate when she say you're supposed to be his daddy? I'm like, girl, oh gosh. Anyway, y'all, I hate when she say that so much, but she's like, you're supposed to be his daddy. And, she's just going on and on. And that's why I keep saying she is not about this life, because this life right here will, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes your man ain't going to be available for you because he going to be in the middle of a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Like, this life that they're in, it takes a certain type of woman. It takes a woman like Chippy. It don't take a woman like Ruby. She is not about it. Like, seriously, y'all. So anyway, she basically just tell him, don't even show up. And of course, your boy Orlando is going to come out acting all concerned. And once again, I just feel like Orlando is looking for more, out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to try to get back with her. And I just think it's a mistake, in my opinion. So meanwhile, Antonio and Vinny are going to show up at this house. Now, what's familiar about it is you're going to hear the voice. And I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. So the information that Consuela gave to him must have been about this place, because this is a place where people come to see young women. I don't want to call it a hoe house, because I don't know what you actually call these things, a brothel or whatever it is, a pleasure house, something. So anyway, he's going to show up there and he's going to act like he's drunk and, all of this stuff so that he can get into the house. And, you know, like he wants to show his, you know, Vinny a good time and all that good stuff. And so they're going to let him in, and he's immediately going to shoot the guy that opened the door. And then Vinny's going to shoot the other guy. And then they're going to find the brother and sister. Now, this is Sage and her brother. Now, forgive me, y'all, because I forgot her brother's name. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But they're going to find Sage and her brother. And this is what Alexander Korra's wife had asked him to do before. So I don't know if Alexander Korra about to lose his wife or not, y'all, because apparently he wasn't able to find his children and save his children, but Antonio Dash done got in here and saved his kids, and it looked like he might not have no wife after this, y'all. I'm just saying, I don't know, but I feel like she probably is gonna leave him for good. So meanwhile, Chippy is like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is desperate and she is trying to find her husband. And when I say you do not want to mess with Chippy, like, Chippy is cutthroat, y'all. Like, I feel like in this episode right here, we really get to see how cutthroat she can be. Like, we've seen her in the past do her thing, but this right here, I felt like was just on another level, and I just enjoyed the entire thing. Like, I was here for all of it. So anyway, she's going to call Harris over, and she basically going to tell Harris, look, you going to do what I'm about to ask you to do. Like, there is no ifs, ands, buts about it. You just going to do it, you know? And then she shows him that gun, and I've been waiting on that gun to show back up, because I was like, I would definitely keep that gun, because Harris needs to be kept in line, and you need to have something like that over a person like Harris's head. So she pulls out that gun and she's like, look, my husband is nice, but I'm not. I'm going to give it to Antonio Dash, and then I'm going to tell him that you killed Sal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, Chippy, like, I like the way you think, because that's so much of a better idea than giving it to the police. Forget giving it to the police. Give it to Antonio, because you definitely gonna die at this point. So anyway, he brings in this safe, and inside of the safe is some money and some flash drives and some documents. And she just looks at him and is like, look, you understand what I need you to do. And I'm just like, but I don't understand what you need him to do. Like, can somebody enlighten me on what he about to do? Because I don't get it. If anybody else has any theories about what exactly is going on, what the documents are, what you think the documents are, what he is supposed to be doing, then please let me know in the comments, because your girl was lost. So anyway, y'all, it's not like he had much of a choice, but he's going to agree to go ahead and get it done, what she's needing to get done. And your boy Harris is just kind of perplexed, but he know he got to do it. Okay, y'all. So last but not least, your girl called it, and your boy Larry has kidnapped your boy LC and has brought him to the very place that he has been locked up in. And in my last video where I did the fan theory, I was saying, like, what better revenge than to put him in the very place where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be too easy for him to just kill his brother, because he could have killed him at any time. He's had a lot of opportunities to kill LC at this point. However, he wanted revenge. He wanted something that was going to really traumatize him. He's really trying to go in for the mental anguish. You know what I'm saying? And so he's going to put him in his very room, the room that he was in, the room for Larry Duncan, you know, patient zero. And now LC is going to be in this room. You know what I'm saying? And this crazy doctor is going to be doing shock therapy on him. And I'm just like, dude, you are truly a touched individual. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that this is not Larry Duncan. Like, he knows this because he saw this man come in and offer him money, you know, in order to let Larry come for a visit. So he knows that it's not Larry, clearly. But, you know, he just as crazy as everybody else up in this place. So it is what it is at this point. But anyway, Larry is going to come by to visit his brother, you know, and LC is going to realize at that moment that, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It's been you all along. You've been the one doing all this. And I'm just saying to myself, it was so many people who knew that he was doing all of this that they could have told you. You could have figured it out before you got caught up in this situation. If Nene had said something, if Curtis had said something, if Sonia had said something, then guess what? LC wouldn't be sitting up here getting his brains fried, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all didn't say anything. So anyway, Larry's going to do his whole sadistic thing and and he's just like, look, you said this was a nice place, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of sad that you're not enjoying it. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. For like a second, I was like, well, he did say it was a nice place, and he do kind of got a point. But at the same time, this is some sadistic stuff. Like, this dude is definitely psychotic, y'all. So anyway, as the episode kind of comes to an end, you're going to see LC getting this shock therapy treatment. He is literally being tortured. And y'all, it is so hard to watch LC being tortured because y'all know, and I'm pretty sure most of us out there who are fans of the show love us some LC Duncan. And it is just so hard to watch him in this situation because this is such a strong man with this power and this money, and you know what I'm saying, and this amazing family, this ride or die family, and in this moment he's all alone being tortured by someone that is supposed to love and someone that he kept out of jail, kept from dying, because if he had to turn his brother in, his brother would have been in like one of them, he probably would have been one of them much worse facilities. I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, like, it's just really hard to watch it was just really hard for me to watch this last scene, just seeing LC be so powerless. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all, that's what's up with The Family Business, Season 4, Episode 7, Vengeance is Mine. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. What do y'all think about Curtis and Nene? Do you think at this point your boy Curtis should just say something regardless of how his mother feels? And what do you think about Nene? Leave it all in the comments. Get the conversation started down below. Until next time, guys. Peace.